Sometimes I'll like see myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I look like her or I sound like her, but I don't want to be anything like her.
Ruby Franke's eldest daughter, Shari Franke, is speaking out for the first time about the alleged abuse she claims her mom inflicted on her as a child. She's telling her side of the story in her memoir, The House of My Mother, A Daughter's Quest for Freedom, and stopped by Good Morning America to discuss some of the alleged abuse.
When I was younger, around like 5, 6, like Ruby was really physical, like, you know, whether it was like a slap to the lip or a slap to the cheek. When I would practice the piano, you know, like her hand would slam and like, it was really scary. And honestly, when she met Jodi, that kind of stopped.
Jodi Hildebrandt was a Mormon family counselor and mentor to Ruby, and Shari told GMA she felt a shift when Jodi came into the picture.
I could for sure. I could feel the shift. I was like, oh, Jodi, like, you know, I don't like her, but maybe this is one good thing that's come from it, is she's not yelling, she's not hitting us anymore. But it did become more psychological, and in a way that was more damaging to me.
Then in 2022, Jodi moved in and Ruby's husband, Kevin Franke, moved out.
I certainly got weird vibes from Jodi and Ruby. I don't think it's normal at all that a therapist would move into her client's home. I was moving out to college and I hadn't even like left the house yet, and she is in my room and in my bed.
What was that relationship between the two of them?
Ruby tried to be secretive about it, and so like I don't know all the details, but just the vibes that I was getting was that something was strange between them.
Shari says she was cut off from her family after she left to college and told GMA she got a vibe that something was, quote, strange between Jodi and Ruby. Ruby is a former YouTuber who rose to fame by sharing videos of her family life in Utah, even offering parenting advice, which was sometimes controversial. In August 2023, Ruby was arrested along with her former business partner Jodi after authorities found an emaciated and malnourished juvenile with open wounds and duct tape on their extremities. That December, the former vlogger pleaded guilty to 4 counts of child abuse. In February, she received 4 consecutive prison sentences for 1 to 15 years each, but according to Utah law, the maximum sentence cannot exceed 30 years total. The following month, prosecutors released Ruby's handwritten diary entries. In the heavily redacted documents obtained by Access Hollywood, she described months of abuse inflicted primarily on 2 of her 6 children, repeatedly claiming throughout the entries that she believed one of the children was demonically possessed. Ruby, who is currently serving her time in a Utah correction facility, told a judge at her sentencing hearing that she believed, quote, dark was light and right was wrong.
For the past 4 years, I've chosen to follow counsel and guidance that has led me into a dark delusion. My distorted version of reality went largely unchecked as I would isolate from anyone who challenged me. I was led to believe that this world was an evil place, filled with cops who control, hospitals that injure, government agencies that brainwash, church leaders who lie and lust, husbands who refuse to protect, and children who need abused. My choice to believe and behave this paranoia culminated into criminal activity for which I stand before you today ready to take accountability.